Hi, welcome back to my channel, According to Kat. If you're new here, please introduce yourself in the comments below. If you're returning, please say hi. If you have not yet subscribed to my channel, I invite you to do so. I upcycle thrift products as well as DIY Dollar Tree items. And please give this video a thumbs up. It helps my channel. And what are we going to be making today?
Okay, so today we're going to be making these two holiday decorative Christmas gnomes. I think they are so fun and whimsical. I gifted these two to my niece and nephew who were visiting from Colorado over Thanksgiving. I think they would make a great addition to any holiday decor display. I just think they're so fun, so cute. They all end up having their own personalities. They're easy and inexpensive to make. So if you want to learn how to make these two decorative Christmas gnomes, stay tuned.
If you'd like to know what products I've used, please check out the description box below. And with all that being said, let's get right into the video.
How to make a decorative Christmas gnome. First thing you're going to need, rice. I got that from the Dollar Tree. These white socks. You get 3 pairs in the bunch, so that means you can make 6 decorative gnomes. All right, so I'm taking this large outer rim of a spool of ribbon that is no longer, and that is a way for me to hold my sock open while I am putting the rice inside. So I'm adding a bunch of scoops until I feel that it's solid enough and heavy enough to hold that gnome down, and that's going to be the body. So however big you want the body is how much rice you want to put in at this moment. Okay, so now I'm getting my second gnome ready. I am putting in a bunch of spoons of rice. And I will pat that down on the table so that I know that it will go to the bottom. Okay, so now I'm making sure that they are the same size, but they don't need to be perfect. Now I'm taking some white string that I got from the Dollar Tree and I wrap it around a whole bunch of times. So I'm going to wrap, knot, and so on. And that is to make sure none of that rice gets out and it stays inside the way it should. Okay, so I'm going to keep knotting it until I feel safe that it's there to stay. And then I'll cut off any excess of that string. So now it's time to do the other one, and I won't show you this whole thing because I just showed you how to do it. So basically, again, just wrap, knot, and make sure that stays in place. Okay, so these are those little plastic hair ties from Dollar Tree. Now, I want to make sure that nose stays put, so before I put the string on, so I'm going to put this tie around it, and I don't rely on this plastic tie alone because once I put the hot glue around the nose, that could easily break that plastic tie. So I use it to hold the nose in place while I wrap some string around it, and I'll do the same thing to the nose area as I did to the top. I'm going to knot it, wrap it, knot it, wrap it. Okay. There we go. There's one nose, and now I'm going to do the next one. So I just grab some from right from the center of the body, grab some of that rice, pull it forward, and add my clear tie. If it's not clear, that's okay too. You won't even see it. All right, there we go. And now I'm going to wrap this around just like the other one. Again, it doesn't matter how big you make the nose. If you make it wide, if you make it thin, it doesn't matter because it'll lead to little personalities for all the gnomes. Okay, so the next thing you're going to do is just like flatten them down, and I have some powdered makeup. You could get this from the Dollar Tree as well, but I just have I'm just using what I had at home. And this is a little stencil brush from the Dollar Tree. You can use whatever brushes you have, but I had this, so that's what I'm using. And I'm basically putting some of the makeup right on the nose so that it has more of a flesh-colored look. Again, you can keep it white, but I like having that little flesh color. All right, so now I'm just shaping those noses to the way I like them. All right, so now here are the black socks. They're just like those white ones. I got these at the Dollar Tree as well. You get 3 pairs. Again, that will make 6 gnomes. So imagine how inexpensive these gnomes are to make if you can make 6 with all of the supplies that we're getting. So I wrap those black socks around, leaving the nose exposed, and that's going to be like the body, I guess the shirt of the gnome, if you look at it that way. This fabric is from Walmart. You got 6 fabric squares in the bunch, and notice I made it into a cone shape, and then the bottom of the cone is more rounded. Now I am going to glue on the good side because then I'm going to turn it inside out. So I'm going to hot glue and connect the 2 sides of the triangle or cone, and I will crease that into place and add any glue to any missing spots. So again, I got this fabric from Walmart, and it was about 6 in a bunch, and there were all different types of checks. They were so cool, and I believe they were like $5. So you may use the scarves from the Dollar Tree as well. I didn't have any on hand, so I used what I had. I just used a little trick someone taught me a few months ago. They left a little tip in my comments on how to keep your glue in place, and I've been using it ever since. So thank you for letting me know about that little tip on how to keep your glue sticks in place. So now I'm just folding up the edges of the hat where it's going to meet the nose, just to get a cleaner look. I'm using the top of a spatula. The spatula broke, so I'm going to be using this when I craft so I don't burn my fingers. I turn the hat inside out, and I'll use the bottom of the spatula to push out that point of the hat. All right, so now I'm just placing it right over the gnome's head, and I will put the top, or I guess the bottom of the hat, up against the nose to see how it's going to look, and it's fine. So you may use this fur from Joann's. It's about $3 or $4. The fuzz from a hat at Dollar Tree, but I'm using this fur that I had off of an old coat that I am no longer wearing, and I just basically cut off the whole fur piece, and I thought it would be really cool to use with my gnomes, so I threw it in that stash of gnome supplies. So I basically make a big U, and that's going to be the beard. Then I go to the top where it's flat straight across, and I make another U that would fit right under the nose. It does not need to be perfect, but it gives you a notch cut out for it to lay nicely. So I put some glue right under that nose, and I hold up the fur to it and hold that in place. Then I put some hot glue on the cheeks, and then I hold the fur up to there, and now I'm just going to hold all that fur in place so that it dries and it will not move. So basically all that's sticking out right now is that little nose. All right, now I take the hat, and I'm not going to put stuffing in the hat. I want it to flop over, but if you want it to stick up, you can put stuffing in there, or a cone from the Dollar Tree, a styrofoam cone, something like that. I put some glue right at the top of the nose, and I place that hat right on top of there. Now I do the sides. I just basically go around the whole rim of the hat, put glue at the top of that gnome, and just place that hat down so it does not move. Okay, so now I'm adding some greenery. You can use greenery that you have in your stash. Oh, I'm just getting ready the bell I would like to add to the tip of the hat, but I add some more greenery, and I'm using the same spatula so I don't burn my fingers. This greenery is from Joann's. Like I said, I bought like a whole bunch of it for $2, and I love it. But use what you have. If you have ones from the Dollar Tree, use that. Okay, so now I'm using some thread, and I'm just threading on that bell. And again, you can use hot glue. I thought the thread would hold better, so that's why I used it. So I'm using some white berries that I got from the Dollar Tree, and I will glue that on to the middle of where I put that greenery. So now I'm just adding those berries with that hot glue and pressing that down. Okay, So now I'm taking some masking tape and I'm going to wrap it around backwards around my hand, and I'm going to get any excess fuzz off of my gnome. All right, so now I'm going to move on to the second gnome, and I'm going to use the inside of the Dollar Tree hat as the fur. The beard, you know what I'm saying. Okay, so I cut that into a U, and then I'm going to cut a little U notch out for the nose. And yep, it's a good size. That fits perfectly. There is some that gray backing on. You can take that right off. And now I'm gluing right underneath the nose, and I will hold that beard right up to there, push it into place, and glue up the sides to the cheeks. Again, that nose is going to be sticking out. All right, so I didn't have enough to make a cone of this fabric. Again, it's leftover fabric. So I'm going to show you how it really doesn't matter. If you can kind of get that around the head of the gnome, use what you have. I didn't want to go out and buy new fabric, so I kind of made the best type of cone I could. So I pulled up the brim of the hat, glued that in place so we get a nice clean edge again, turned it inside out, and pushed out the little tip. See, that wasn't a complete cone, and look, it turned out just fine. So the back will have a little notch in it, but that's okay. I'm going to glue it down, and you will be none the wiser. It's okay that the tip is a little thicker because I'm going to glue a fur ball on the end and not a bell. Okay, I'm doing the same thing, putting the hot glue right over the nose, holding that in place, and going around the whole edge of the brim and gluing that down to the body. I go and do the sides first and make it as taut and tight as I can. And whatever's left over in the back, that's what I will glue down. And right back here. It's okay that it's notched out in a V. It still looks really cute. As long as you fix those edges on the inside, it'll look nice. Look how cute he is. All right, so I'm going to use one of these red bells. I thought I was going to put it on the end, but I don't. This is fuzz from a faux fur from another jacket that I had. You could also go to a thrift store and get it. You can get it off of the little used racks at Joann's, the ones that are just like leftover fabric that people didn't take. Those are really inexpensive as well. So I basically just put glue. I made a circle of the fur, put glue in the middle, and kind of just squished it all together. And now I am tying that on to the end of the hat. There are really good ways to make pom-poms for hats, but I just wanted to do this quick and easy, and it turned out fine for me. All right, so now I'm taking some greenery and I'm putting it on his hat. And I add that little red bell to the front, and I add some more greenery, different type, just to give it another dimension. All right, here they are. They are so ridiculously cute. I decide that I need a little more color on those noses, so I went back to add a little more of that makeup. I love these. Okay, so that one with the black and white check, I want to add a little something to the end of it. So I make a little bow out of some ribbon I had that was black and white check, and I add it right to the end. And here it is, the final reveal of both of these decorative gnomes. Here they are. I love how they both turned out. I love all the detail in each of the gnomes. It lends to their own personalities, and I think they're so cute. So if I had to pick a favorite, which is difficult because that's like picking a favorite child, but I will pick it. I love this one with the black and white check and the tan beard. I just think he is adorable. I love both of them though, I have to tell you. So which one of these is your favorite? Tell me in the comment section below. Which one of these is your favorite gnome?
So that's it. That's the end of my video. I hope you liked everything you saw here, and I hope it inspires you to make something of your own. And if you have not yet subscribed, do so, thumbs up, and as always, thanks for watching. Bye! Also, if you have not yet, as well as all right, 3, 2,